Still working to introduce everybody to a diagram that basically divides the circle perfectly into 360 equal sections. So a diagram for 360 degrees, something that doesn't exist in base 10. I figured out how to create this diagram on the base 12 Cartesian plane, where the length of 1 is divided into 12ths instead of tenths. So it works out perfectly. I made a series of videos recently called the most important series of math videos you'll ever watch. It's 6 10-minute videos, so it takes about an hour to watch them all, and it shows you very clearly as I can how to, or it introduces you to the geometry that's at the heart of this diagram, to sort of show that it's accurate, that the proportions are correct in terms of a diameter and a circumference. We basically build a polygon and then attach sections of the circle's diameter onto the points of the polygon, and then we just keep doing that. The polygon gets larger and larger, and or you can also view it as smaller and smaller, but more finely, more sides to the polygon, and then those corners have a little circle on them. But the secret is that there's a space between those circles. So it's an alternate way of looking at an irrational number. We know pi is as an irrational number. And so we're dividing the diameter into ultimately what becomes the circumference of a circle. But there's a little space between each of those units of circumference. And so that's the secret to creating a symmetrical division of the circumference of the circle. So this diagram enables that, and so then once we have a symmetrical division, we can divide it into 360 degrees, and that one diagram is just the beginning of a much larger process of dividing that circumference into literally millions and billions and trillions. Once you attach this geometry to a computer, we can go deep into this new geometric environment that enables us to have sort of basically, discrete units where the empty space is dispersed throughout the geometry. And so this is a new type of geometry that hasn't been available to us because we're in base 10, and it really is only accessible in base 12 because of the ratio to the discrete unit and the space around it. So that's essentially the essence of why this is important. And so I built this a diagram to show the first 15 rings. It's a very large diagram, as you can imagine. 360 degrees is a lot of points. So this is this video, and the next one I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to put it up here behind me.